Brazil, hello. How are you doing today? I was expecting some rain. Actually, I got wet yesterday. When we were leaving the venue, we've been doing some technical checks and stuff. And I was like, is it going to be the same today, tomorrow? But it's not. It's pretty good. Before I introduce myself, I just want to give you a brief understanding of why you're here and why we're doing all that. And that's the question I usually hear from the community when we go into a new country. I'm going to share more. But that's the question, right? And my talk actually will cover that topic, answering that question. So I'm not going to be direct why, but I'll explain. And I'll explain that through what companies doing wrong or not doing at all to the community, what they're doing wrong or what they're not doing. But before that, I want to tell you about myself a little bit. So I'm not a very typical cybersecurity person. My background is different. I came from gaming, and I call myself community bro. That gives people the idea straight away of who I am and what I do. Literally, I have it on Twitter. Potentially, many of you know that, and so that you want to scan the QR code, you might not, whatever. It's not danger, I promise. And honestly, I doesn't really consider my job as a job, because that's more of my nature, talking to people. You know what, when I was traveling with my wife somewhere in Thailand and was passing by the street, I see a cool guy and I was like, hey guys, what are you doing? What are you up to? What do you do for the living? My wife was like, why are you talking that? I mean, what's the reason? I'm curious, okay? I'm really curious into the people, into the cultures. I'm not really into the sightseeings. I'm into the nature, into the cities, into the cultures, into how people live in their world. And for the positive security, positive technologies, we are a cybersecurity company. We do a bunch of solutions. But if you ask me, I don't know none of them. I don't sell them. And I'm not going to do that here. And so as I mentioned, my background is quite different, and I joined cybersecurity just a year ago. And I played games before, a lot. I've been working for the game development for 20 years on different positions, products, marketing, whatever it is, in publishing companies, in development companies. But most of my experience is community management. But for some reason, well, I know the reason, of course, but community management in gaming feels very different from cybersecurity. Essentially, it's the same. But gaming, the point where people unite, is a game, not a people. They have buddies, they have friends, they have groups, but none of them really, really close friends or colleagues or doing some mutual stuff, cool stuff, like developing some repository in GitHub, something like that. At some point, I started to feel weird a little bit about it, because all you do is you're talking on Discord, you're posting some news, you're talking to to your core community members and stuff. It's kind of the same job, but you feel it different. And for last 20 years, I developed quite weird set of skills, and I'm sharing it with you so you can better understand how I think, what is my perspective, and why I'm doing a job like that. So I didn't grow one skill, I grew many skills. And the main one is empathy. Absolutely, the main one is empathy. And the business. I had my own outsourcing studio, so I can see the things from the perspective of owning the business, which is very important, actually. And technology, of course, I scrape a lot. I write some scripts, automations that helps me to avoid doing any stupid monkey job. And these kind of, and the hacker brain, of course, and all of that is quite very close to the way how people in offensive security think, I would say. So it's a strange combo, but it works perfectly in cybersecurity. It turned out like that. So that's the main point. But why? Why it's important to talk to the community? And I'm here talking about not, this is not about skills or actions, it's about mindset. It's a mental level where companies, or often individuals, that doesn't really see that. And they basically never enter that space. And without seeing this minding and understanding this mindset, the companies or whoever it is missing the whole perspective. So what is wrong with companies today? In short, security become way too corporate. Okay, I wasn't in like 20 years ago like Jason, but probably he can confirm that security was different before. Now this is like very corporate. It's a procedures, guidelines, approvals, like human connection gone, absolutely. Well, not absolutely, but for most of the businesses and personalities. Sometimes companies, they think that silence is safe, but it's not. They're just pretending to feel this safe. And when they actually do talk, they're trying to hide behind the official formats, official way of communication. But hackers live horizontally, while companies trying to live in their vertical. And those two worlds, they are barely touched, actually. And here is the irony. The basic conversation with hacker for like 10, 30 minutes would give you much, much more than the 60-page report. And I have an example here. And there's a guy called Bob the Hacker. I found him like a couple of months ago on the web during my research or whatever it is in Indonesia, and I made a bookmark for myself. And on his blog, you can go there and find the article. He have many more really nice articles. So what he's doing, he's purely a hacker guy. He doesn't work for anyone. Like he's doing his job like anywhere, hacking stuff while he's drinking beer and so on and so forth. So what he did, he found the vulnerability on McDonald's internal login system for the employees, something like that. And he was trying to contact the company for a very long time, like filling the forms, sending emails, writing people on LinkedIn. He started to call the office and asking for the security guys to connect him. And McDonald's said, no, we cannot. But essentially, he found the person who started to help him. But after that, McDonald's fired the guy. He let him go because he contacted someone from the outside of the corporation. The vulnerability is still there, by the way. So you got the idea, right? Company didn't want to talk to the person. And the only thing they need, actually, just to send a few messages. By the way, behind that story, I was giving pretty the same talk in Tokyo a couple of weeks ago in Japan. And I was like explaining that slide, showing the QR codes and the name of the guy. And someone from the audience made a photo and found the guy. They never met before. He found the guy and said, look, you're in the slides. And like in Tokyo, they had like AV Tokyo, and the Akihabara area in the city. The guy was like, that's in Tokyo? I'm here right now. Like 15 minutes walking from the local location. And here arrived like 30 minutes later, and that's how we meet in person. I swear, there was no intention of doing that. It was like just, the coincidence, which is quite a cool community thing. So let's proceed. What are the hackers? How I see the hackers from my perspective, where I stand, and many of you, I believe, too. If you talk like a normal human to a hacker, most of them respond in the same way. It'll be like that. And they think that they can talk, like being anyone and talk to anyone, not like companies, right? If you start to talking to them like in corporate day, greetings, my name is blah, 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 I'm position XYZ, I do the things like that, don't do that. Do, bro, how are you? And, well, you know that, you are guys well connected, I can see that. I was attending the BHAG a couple of days ago in Belo Horizonte, and like hackers, they're really, really connected to each other. It's like quite closed community. And the truth here is that if you're not there, in between them, together with them, you miss a lot. So one simple thing here, talking to community creates trust, right? And how does it help to companies, businesses, startups, individuals, and so forth? But before that, I have to tell one important thing. When you're doing something for the community, just give. Don't ask and expect anything in return. That's quite important. But the community essentially will give you, like, you will hear things early, like, you know, the McDonald's case, right? Much earlier than any formal reporting process from any form or whatever it is. You'll meet people that you might find as a company, and you might want to hire them. I would say in most of the cases, that's not a good idea to pull out the person from the community, but in some, it's okay. And then the community trusts you on like web, and if something happens, they will defend you. But they will try to like not blindly defend, but they will try to explain what happened, like you know, some major incident and so forth, and so on and so forth. So they will be defending you, and they also will be pushing your initiatives like this, all right? And that's just because you treat them well. And I want to say a few things of what not to do to the community, right? And what to do to the community. So never, please, never treat them like a free labor. That's important. Don't try to put bureaucracy into the communications, like ticket forms, approvals, whatever it is. Don't put it in a way when the message, any message goes through the marketing or PR or HR first. Don't do that. And don't be silent. Silence kills all the communication. If you like, you know, if you got the question from the hacker and then you go inside some department and asking, what am I going to answer? Answer something. I mean, don't disclose what you cannot disclose, but answer something. Like, be human. Like, say, man, I'll get to you, like, I'll get back to you in 1 day, or I need some time. That's fine. And the most important problem, the not to do, don't put your relationships with hackers transactional. Don't put money into it. Please don't do that. On the side of what to do, actually, put someone who loves people. Like, I consider myself as a person who loves people. I enjoy conversations with anybody. Put a person in front of the company who loves to talk to the people. And be reachable anywhere. Discord, Twitter, Signal, LinkedIn, email, Discord, once again, Discord, all the channels you can hit, be reachable. Attend the meetups, conferences, even the smallest one, like 5 people, 10 people. If you like make any connection somewhere in Singapore for 24 hours, go outside the city, write to the people, meet people, have a beer, have a dinner, something like that. And try to give them space to grow if you have any initiatives to offer them. And once again, not asking anything in return. And build those one-to-one relationships. And I believe people like me do love that. Then they build friendship. Not they're not doing business, but they building some real friendship. And like we had the conversation yesterday with Jason about like he got a coach many times in different parts of the world just to stay in someone's home because they're kind of friends. And yeah, do everything possible for them to feel better about like you and themselves. But let me get to the story and share some of the few important things we do for the community. Get me right, I'm not pitching here, because all I'm going to show you is the things we do for the community, and we don't ask anything in return. And my story started a year ago. In November, I was living in Vietnam for a couple of years, and I was like doing my stuff, gaming stuff. And one guy from gaming company, we've been working together years and years ago. He worked for Positive Technologies, and he was like, Alex, I want to ask you for a favor. Can you please help me build the offline event, not like that. Initially, it's supposed to be larger, but in the end, it turned out to be the Positive PHTalks like that. So I was like, I have no idea how to build offline events. I'm an online guy, but my wife can help you. My wife, she's Vietnamese. She speaks English, Russian, and Vietnamese, obviously. And she started to help them. And then I heard a weird conversation about, like, internal conversation between them that. The idea was they wanted to run some Twitter advertisings to gather up the community like you, I was like, what? No, you're not supposed to do that. You'll get random people, students at best. Like, you'll get some people who want to just have a lunch. You don't do it like that. I was like, I can help you. And it was only 2 weeks before the event, and I had zero experience in cybersecurity and zero budget, not because I had no budget, but because I knew that I don't need it. And I was solo. And what I did, I went to GitHub. I did the search queries on like pen tester, red teamer, offensive security engineer, plus Hanoi, which is the capital of Vietnam, plus C#, plus Shell, plus what else is Python, right? And I got the list of 9,000 accounts. I scraped them all. I sorted them by followers. I went carefully one by one. I found the core community members, opinion leaders, community owners, people who I want to invite who work for the PHTalks cybersecurity company, which is the part of the government and the strongest team on the market. I talked to them, and I was like, bro, jump in. And in the end, we had 270 people out of 500 signups. And then I did it again. Egypt is more bug bounty hunters community, which is okay for the Middle East, right? But I love Egypt for the incredible hospitality. It's amazing. And then again, Indonesia turned out to be really hard for me because it took me like 3 weeks to gather up everybody because the community is very distributed by the, the smallest cities on the sides of the country. And Brazil. Now we are in Brazil, right? And we're going to have China and Oman next year and somewhere else in the world. And Brazil, you beautiful people, you actually helped a lot, okay? I was talking, well, honestly, Brazil was the hardest. We decided we're gonna start like in advance, 2 months. So I started like 1 month and a half. I started community outreach. I did my research before. I started to talk to people, and it went hard. I see the picture of your community, right? You have lots of smaller communities, and you're not really next to each other. You're so distributed and not disconnected, but I don't know why you're not trying to stay separate. You know each other, but you're groups. And it took me almost 2 months to gather up everybody here. I hope more people will join up later because I know the culture and stuff, 11, 12, that's okay. And also, I'm happy to share that you know about the 307 that the H2 got canceled. There is a quiet story behind it, which I wasn't, whatever, I'll tell in the private conversation. But I would say thank you for everybody who helped me sharing, liking, inviting their friends from cybersecurity and the colleagues and stuff. Thank you so much. Next to Positive Hack Camp, I just wanted to share one of few more things we do. Positive Hack Camp is the thing where we invite international students, beginners, who actually just starting in cybersecurity or have no experience at all. They have to understand basic networking, how Linux or Windows works, have a PC, and that's it. They jump in, and we provide them with everything except the flight and the laptop. They bring the laptop and they buy a flight or find a sponsor for that, but they stay in Moscow for 2 weeks. We provide the education, we provide the food, hotel, cultural program. And actually, they getting out of the camp, like not the juniors, of course, but very strong beginners. And why we do it? Because I feel that this is one of the best ways to build the communities from scratch, the new communities, not the bind community for yourself, but to build community somewhere and actually make them as ambassadors in some way. But I think different about ambassadorship a little bit how other companies think, because ambassadorship should go through the heart, not through the swags and stuff. It should go from the heart. I'll speed up a little because I have like 12 more minutes. I'm going to show you a few videos. Those are really cool and really short.
100 participants from 30 countries came to Moscow, came to Russia to learn how to secure our life, our future.
My name is Hamoud Al-Marhoubi. I'm from Sultanate of Oman.
My name is Wan Yin. I'm from Malaysia.
My name is Kirina Rafimada. I'm from Indonesia and I'm a student.
My name is Setara Milani from Iran.
I am Aztec. Currently, I'm working in Singapore as a senior security consultant.
The surface of attack is getting larger and larger.
Global issues are about rising rogue AI. The only thing can defend them are the cybersecurity specialists.
I've seen my friends and my loved ones getting exploited by scams, and I want to make sure that everyone I know, hopefully they don't get hacked.
I think we need more people on the good side.
I've never expected that this event will be this big.
I felt I had to solidify my foundational knowledge in white hat hacking, and it seems that I've chosen the right choice to come here.
This is a good opportunity for me to learn hands-on and to put my skills into practice.
White Hat Hacker is mainly focused on protecting instead of destroying.
When we arrived here and we saw the lectures, we were actually impressed. They were so skilled.
If I learn from them, I think I can become better.
Cybersecurity is a very big, challenging, and we have to care about it.
That's so hard for me, but it's okay. I'm trying to learn.
But we actually were struggling to keep up with the lectures.
People here are very experienced, and I'm really privileged to be here.
My expectation before coming here is like just training every time, all the time. But it's very fun that we have some cruise excursion trips included. So like I get to explore Russia really truly.
We have a hands-on learning with very prestigious teacher, and then we have a bus tour around Moscow. I've met a lot of amazing people here, people from Oman, people from Saudi Arabia, from Malaysia.
So it's amazing when we are going out and then we are communicating. I get to learn about their culture and then we are discussing about the culture in Russia.
My expectations are pretty low, but honestly, after coming here, it was blown out of the water.
I really want to come here again and study with Positive Hack Camp.
Yeah, it honestly blew every expectation we had.
Positive Hack Camp is exceptional.
Mind-blowing.
Collaborative.
Amazing.
The greatest thing I've ever experienced.
Positive Hack Camp is a professional knowledge.
The next one going to happen in July or August. We're going to open in the sign-ups. I'm not putting any QR code here because the website is not up so far. The next one going to happen in July or August. It's like 2 weeks, right? And, well, I just told you about the background and what we provide, which is quite cool. The next one, now we're jumping. I'll speed up a little. So we have also Positive Hack Days, which is quite amazing festival and the conference at the same time in Moscow, Russia. Just in case nothing wrong with the DEF CON and the Black Hack, those are amazing events, but that's just to highlight how Positive Hack Days is actually cool when people get there and realize. By the way, this one is the PH Days page. And better to show than explain once again, few numbers and the video. So it's like a lot of visitors offline and around 3,000 people of professionals who is attending the talks and stuff and, you know, the speakers. And yeah, just give you some vibes. Once again, I'm looking for speakers. I'm looking for villagers, like car hacking villagers, aerospace villagers, marine villagers, hardware villagers, whoever. I want to bring communities, right? I want to bring communities from different countries. I got Philippines covered. I got almost Brazil covered from BHAC. I have met a lot of people over there. I'm looking for the CTF teams. I'll explain why later, because we have a standoff. And once again, my Twitter is everything you need. Like, just send me a message and I'll share more, but we also cover like everything: flight, stay, meals, cultural program. Welcome to Russia, okay? This slide is a short one. We have a bug bounty platform, and it's money, 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 money. Nothing to share more. If you're doing any like bug bounty, you can jump. We have unique programs which you wouldn't find on any other platform. Yeah, I'll give you 5 more seconds to make a shot. Besides that, for standoff, we're running some private programs for the hackers, for the strong hackers, where they give them the scope for the 2 weeks they hack, and then we bring them for the party, you know, the private party somewhere in the world. The last one was happening in Ahmedabad in India. The previous one was in Vietnam. And actually, this is the good way to interact with your community, because those people will tell you what is wrong with your platform and what you have to change. Not product managers, community. Community owns your product. That's important. Standoff cyber battle. This is a CTF, but you probably never saw anything like that. You spotted a few shots on the PHTalks video, but I call it CTF on steroids, okay? It's like huge stage, red team. It's a show. I'm going to show you the video that will explain better than anything. Okay, once again, for the red teamers, it's free for the red teamers. You can jump in and win the prize. Sorry. Jason, I'm going to steal a few minutes from you. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Just maybe a couple of minutes. Another absolutely amazing initiative we do absolutely for the community is the debugs, is the vulnerability portal. We gathered up all the vulnerabilities from everywhere. And we have like all these CVEs and a bunch of cool features like AI summaries, trends, researcher profiles, and that's all free, okay? We would never charge for it. Like each page have the CVE, we've cross-linked out the CVEs, descriptions from different sources, tags, affected products, enumerations, references, whatever it is. And if we find the vulnerability without the CVE ID, we can issue our own ID, because every researcher wants actually an ID for himself. And you can spot a guy here, name Jin Yang. He's over somewhere here. He's a speaker, and look at that number. He's a killer, okay? He's 21 out of 47,000. Based on our formula, which might be controversial, and we'll be talking with him about the change in the formula. Once again, feedback from the community. And the profiles, I believe, this is my feature, okay? I believe that profiles for the researchers is very, very beneficial. That's their achievement board. because having a CVE is cool, but usually you don't have the name of yourself next to the CVE, right? But that's your achievement, that's your badge. And verifications, social links, I believe that also benefit, that these are features also benefit the researchers. And I'm actually doing that together with the community, and anybody can use it. Red, blue teamers, CISAs, researchers, security vendors, whoever. It's cool for everybody. And for the next year, we're going to be having like API access, the private one, but anyways, profile claims, custom feeds where you can set up your feed based on the product or whatever it is, and many, many more. And once again, it's free forever. We never charge from the community. That's our offensive team, and we have Sevolod here. He's our offensive guy from the yes over there. He's from the team, and our team is quite huge. I don't know, 100, maybe more people. And this is basically what I just covered for you, and this is what I'm doing for the community. And I just love it, okay? And the whole purpose is like make some friendship with the community, okay? Pull out people, talk to them. It's Jason, you there. It's Moscow, it's Shanghai, the Dark Navy team. Make more friends. It's Shanghai again in a different month. Egypt, Indonesia. And Brazil, okay? Bihak. It was amazing, actually. Guess what guy's drinking on the right photo? Guess, Russian what? Russian vodka, of course. And to wrap up my talk, I would say that please don't try, if you own a business, or if you're trying to put any community initiative, please don't try to draw straight line between community and profits. That wouldn't happen. Never, never. It will come back to you in a different form, but you will never know when and how. You will never know. You will never find a metric for that, okay? And just talk to people. That's all you need, just talk. And that's it. Thank you so much. We're going to have a great speakers today. I'll highlight a little. Jason goes first, right after me, my friend, my pleasure. And we have Mohammed. He's actually in the plane right now. I'll share more. Hopefully we'll get the recording of his presentation. He's recording in the plane right now on the he's flying Qatar Airways. They have the Starlink unlimited free internet, which is quite cool, and he's doing that right now. He's gonna land 5 minutes before his talk on schedule, but we'll see. He's gonna arrive later here. We have Jesulan, he's from Kazakhstan. Mohammed from Lebanon. Jesulan, he's from Kazakhstan. We have Santos, he's from Ecuador. Everybody's here, right? We have Fabiano, he's a local guy from around São Paulo. Penigi. Well, I wouldn't explain. Penigi, okay? Vsevolod, our team, and Jingang, the guy from the slide from the debugs. He's a professor. And that's pretty much it. That's end of the show. And thank you so much. Enjoy the positive hack talks, and hit me up. We will talk, okay?